What's up everybody? So today I decided that I'm going to make the video about the tongue splitting method. I didn't want to make it like a rambling video because I tend to do that, so I wrote down most of these specific things that I'm going to be talking about, which is mostly like questions that people would usually ask when they ask, because none of you guys asked anything. But either way, it took me 59 days to complete this method. It really depends on the person and the person's pain tolerance and how many times they change their fishing line and how to have the pain. The pain from the 1st to the 10th day, it didn't really hurt. I kept the fishing line in for about 6 to 8 hours. And I took it out to eat or anything. I drank a lot of water. It only hurt because of the fishing line I was using. It was extremely thick and didn't really tie in good knots, so it would sit on either side of my tongue and make a dent in it, and that would be what would hurt, not the like center of it itself, if that makes any sense to you guys. On the 11th and 20 days, it only hurt when I would change it, because I would tug on it and yeah, so it would only hurt then, and by then I had to change scissors because my scissors had broke because of how thick the fishing line was, so I had to get new scissors. I got hair cutting scissors for those, so you could see the difference changing if you watch the actual video. The 20 to 40 days, I actually, oh no wait, I forgot which day. I'm not sure if it was within like the 10 days. Right, whatever. I had changed the fishing line from the thick one to the thin one, and it was a lot easier to do knots on and shit. So yeah, the 20 to 40 days it hurt the most because it was going towards the center of it, and when I changed to the thinner fishing line, I actually stopped from doing it every 6 to 8 hours to changing it every 3 hours, and at times I would leave it out for 8 hours, or once I left it out for 12 hours while I went to sleep, because the fishing line was so thin that my tongue would heal over it if I left it in there for longer than 3.5 hours. So I didn't want to leave it in there and have to wake up in 3.5 hours, change it, put it back in, wake up 3.5 hours to change it. So I left it out. Surprisingly, nothing happened, and I think that's why my fishing line, my tongue splitting took a lot longer than most would, or more than I predicted it would. Around the 41st and 59th day, I got accustomed to eating with it inside my mouth. The only thing that was really annoying was the barbell. So I would take out the barbell instead because it would just be massively loose inside my mouth, and I would bite on it and stuff. And that one only hurt for an hour. Each time I would put a new fishing line in, it would hurt for an hour, and then it would be back to normal. I started leaving the fishing line in around the 40-something days for longer than 3 hours. I left it in there for like 6 hours, and I found it was a lot easier, and it was splitting a lot faster when I would do that. The only thing was, yes, tongue would heal over it, so I'd have to rip my tongue that was healing over it, and although the scabs were a million times easier to take off that way, it was still a million times more painful, but not as painful, if that makes any sense. It wasn't like, oh my god, why, but it was like, ow. So yeah, when I first started doing this, I know it's like, what, but this kind of goes along with, you know, whatever. You do drool a lot. Even in your fucking sleep, you drool a lot. That sounds fucking disgusting, and it is fucking disgusting. With changing your fishing line, putting it in, whatever, just fucking, it's like when you pierce your tongue, you drool a lot. You develop toothaches because of the pain. It'll either happen up here in the front or back here in the back. to where even your jaw would start to hurt for a little bit if the fishing line is too tight, which that happened around the 20 to 40 days. My jaw started to hurt a little bit, but it got, it got over it pretty quick. So those are things that are kind of cons about it. Drooling a lot, toothaches, jaw aches, and pain. Eating and drinking. Now, as I said earlier, when I would eat the first few weeks or whatever, I would take the fishing line out, and then I got used to eating with the men. Or when you do this, I suggest you drink a lot of cold water. If you're going to eat with your fishing line in, try not to eat like big meals, like burger. Burger will hurt you. Take it from me. A burger will hurt so fucking bad to eat. So I ate soup. I ate bag soup, top ramen soup, and then I got yelled at because eating that a lot is really bad for you. But yeah, so yeah, try not to drink soda, eat spicy foods. I suggest that you treat this method, doing this method, as if when you pierce your tongue. When you pierce your tongue, you have to do all this aftercare, and I think that aftercare follows through when you are splitting your tongue, whether it be professionally or you're doing it yourself. I think that's the same way you should treat it, because it is an open wound and you need to be extra careful. When I was splitting my tongue, I did smoke and I did drink. I am a smoker, if you guys do not know that. So but after, I would do the same thing. I did the same thing when I pierced my tongue. If the pain was too bad, I guess, in a way, like at that moment it just hurt, like that first hour it just hurt, I would go outside and I'd smoke a cigarette. When I come back in, I'd brush my teeth, brush my tongue, make sure it was all fucking clean, mouthwash the fuck out of it. And I got no infections, which is probably personal. But yeah, so yeah, just when doing this, just a lot of cold water. If you're gonna eat with the fishing line, no chewing chunky food, because it's gonna hurt like a bitch. Just stick to some soup. No spicy food. Try not to drink soda. That's just me. Yeah. Here are a few things you guys should have if you guys are going to start this method. You need fishing line, a really good fishing line that actually ties into a knot. Do not get a thick one just because you think it'll work faster. Get one that will tie into a knot, or else you'll go through a bad experience like I did in the beginning. A healed tongue piercing. It needs to be healed. You should, if you get your tongue pierced, do not wait like 2 months, 3 months. Wait about 6 to make sure it's fully healed. Do it. You are going to need scissors and tweezers. Scissors that are good enough to cut, and also small scissors, so that way you don't have to cram big ass fucking scissors into your tongue, because let me tell you something, that will cause a lot of bleeding. Well, not a lot of bleeding, hopefully not a lot of bleeding, because I had some bleeding because my scissors were pretty big. Let's see, what else would you need? Patience. You need a lot of fucking patience. I'm not a very patient person, so doing this was like, I just want to take a razor to it and just, but I didn't. I waited and I fucking fulfilled it, although I did on the 59th day. There was just a thin piece of skin there that had like I couldn't really, like, if I put the fishing line on it and tightened it super tight, I didn't feel it at all, so I did take a razor to that. Of course the razor was sanitized, and then my tongue was split either way, so it was either, do that in a fucking second. No, it did not bleed, by the way. So it's either do it in a freaking second or wait 3 more hours just for it to split fully. And once again, I am a very impatient person. I have already been waiting 59 fucking days. Although I do not recommend that. It was just me myself. But, you guys need to do a lot of research. I did a lot of research when I first even thought about one. I suggest you do as much research as you possibly can. That means reading about it, watching videos about it, just talk to professional piercers about, people who do this professionally about it. Just know your shit before you do anything, because that's how I am with everything. With all my piercings, before I did them all myself, I learned my shit. I did not just do it blindly like most people do, just like, oh, I want to pierce my lips, I'm gonna go, I have the professional needles, I have the clamps, so I'm gonna do it. No, bitch, I fucking learned about it, I read about it, I watched videos of professional piercers, I asked professional piercers about it. I know what the fuck I am doing. Although people seem to think I don't. So, yeah, that is a big fucking step. I'm not gonna be like those people who done this method and were like, I do not recommend it. If you want to fucking do it, go ahead and do it. If you want to split your own tongue, go ahead. Be my guest. If you want to do it because, you know, for whatever fucking reason, you're like me and you like doing your body modifications yourself, props to your mama if you actually do it. I am not going to be here and tell you that is bad for you. That's like me saying don't smoke, it'll kill you. Don't drink, you might get in a car accident and die. No. So, yeah. That's pretty much it, I think. So, if you guys have anything to say, anything at all, leave it in the comments down below. Like, share, and subscribe if you want to see this face all the time. And I really hope that if any of you guys try this method, share the video with me. I would love to see your journey. Bye.